Have you ever wondered how poison has shaped history? From the ancient times to the modern era, poison has played a pivotal role in shaping the course of human events. It's been a silent accomplice in the rise and fall of empires, a tool of warfare, a vehicle of suicide, and an instrument of murder. Its victims are scattered across the pages of history, their stories a chilling testament to the power and terror of these deadly substances. Today, we're embarking on a journey that will take us through time, from the courts of ancient Egypt to the battlefields of World War II, from the silent movie era to the dark corners of modern espionage. We'll be exploring the lives and deaths of some of the most famous figures in history, individuals whose lives were tragically cut short by poison. So buckle up, history buffs, and join us as we delve into these deadly tales. Let's travel back in time to ancient civilizations, where poison played a crucial role. Our first stop is Egypt, the land of the pharaohs. Perhaps one of the most well-known figures from this era is Cleopatra, the last ruler of Ptolemaic Egypt. Her story is one that has been romanticized throughout history, entwined with the likes of Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. However, her death is where our interest lies. The traditional belief is that Cleopatra died by suicide using the venomous bite of an asp. The asp, a symbol of royalty in Egypt, was said to have been hidden in a basket of figs that was brought to her. She died shortly after, leaving a legacy that has lasted millennia. From the deserts of Egypt, we journey to the heart of ancient Greece, to the city of Athens. Here we find Socrates, a classical Greek philosopher whose teachings laid the foundation for Western philosophy. But his ideas and questioning approach were not always well received. In fact, they led to his execution. Socrates was sentenced to die by drinking a brew made from the poison hemlock. In a show of defiance and acceptance of his fate, he administered the poison himself. His death, much like his life, left a profound impact on the world. These two figures, both influential in their own right, met their ends through poison. For Cleopatra, it was a tool of control over her own fate, a final act of defiance against a conquering empire. For Socrates, it was a means of execution, a result of his unyielding pursuit of truth and wisdom. From the sands of Egypt to the pillars of Athens, poison proved a potent tool. Whether it was used as a method of suicide, a form of execution, or a weapon in war, its deadly effects were undeniable. These stories of Cleopatra and Socrates are but two examples of how poison has been interwoven into the fabric of history. And as we'll see, its role in shaping our world continues in the ages to come. Fast forward to the 20th century, where poison found its place in war and politics. This era saw the rise and fall of many influential figures, some of whom met their end through the lethal embrace of poison. Take the case of Alan Turing, a pioneering figure in computer science and the cryptanalysis of Wanu. Turing's death by cyanide poisoning continues to be shrouded in mystery. His contributions to the world of computing and his role in breaking the Enigma code used by the Nazis are undeniable. Yet his life was marred by persecution due to his homosexuality, and his death in 1954, officially ruled a suicide, is a poignant reminder of the societal pressures he faced. In the grim annals of World War II, the name Adolf Hitler stands out. The dictator of Nazi Germany, responsible for the Holocaust, ended his life in a bunker in Berlin. Alongside him, his wife Eva Hitler, née Braun. Both committed suicide using cyanide capsules, a grim testament to the power of poison as an instrument of escape. In the same vein, Heinrich Himmler, a leading figure in the Nazi regime and an architect of the Holocaust, also ended his life with cyanide. Captured by the Allies, he chose poison over facing the consequences of his actions. Hermann Göring, another high-ranking Nazi official, followed a similar path. On the eve of his execution, he committed suicide using cyanide, avoiding the hangman's noose. Finally, let's consider Erwin Rommel, a German field marshal known as the Desert Fox. Accused of treason, Rommel was given a choice between a public trial and a quiet death. He opted for the latter, ending his life with a cyanide pill. In the shadows of war and politics, poison was a silent killer. It served as a tool of escape, a weapon of murder, and a symbol of defiance. These stories remind us of the dark side of human history, where power, ambition, and fear intertwined with the deadly allure of poison. In our modern era, poison continues to make headlines. Let's delve into some of the most intriguing cases, Marshall Applewhite, the leader of the Heaven's Gate cult, orchestrated a mass suicide in 1997 using a lethal cocktail of barbiturates and alcohol. He and 38 followers believed they were ascending to an extraterrestrial spaceship, leaving their earthly bodies behind. Then we have the tragic tale of Olive Thomas, a silent film actress who accidentally ingested a lethal dose of mercury bichloride, mistaking it for a sleeping aid. Her death in 1920 was one of Hollywood's earliest scandals. Traveling back to the 16th century, we find Spanish explorer Juan Ponce de Leon, the first governor of Puerto Rico. He succumbed to a wound caused by a poisoned arrow during his second expedition to Florida. His death in 1521 marked the end of an era of exploration. Fast forward to the chaotic Chechen Wars in the 1990s, and we encounter Ibn al-Khattab, a Saudi-born militant. He was assassinated with a poisoned letter, a chilling testament to the dangerous interplay of espionage and warfare. Ali ibn Abi Talib, the fourth caliph of Islam, met a tragic end during the 7th century. While praying, he was struck with a poison-coated sword, leading to his death. In ancient Greece, renowned statesman and orator Demosthenes chose poison as his escape route. Facing capture in 322 BC, he committed suicide with poison, maintaining his freedom even in death. Lastly, we turn our gaze to one of the most chilling poison mysteries of the 21st century. Alexander Litvinenko, a former Russian FSB officer, died after ingesting polonium-210 in 2006. His death in London sparked international outrage and significantly strained UK-Russia relations. From cult leaders to critics of governments, poison has no boundaries. It remains a tool of choice for those seeking to control, manipulate, or escape their circumstances, leaving a trail of intrigue and mystery in its wake. These stories vividly illustrate the historical impact of poison, a tool of suicide, murder, and execution since ancient times. Used by figures from Cleopatra to Socrates, it transcends societal boundaries, affecting philosophers, dictators, and explorers alike, regardless of class or culture. In war and politics, poison has been a silent yet powerful force, shaping history from Hitler's cyanide to the poisoned arrow that struck Juan Ponce de Leon. Its influence extends even into matters of love, as seen with Eva Braun, demonstrating its limitless reach. In the modern age, poison maintains its mysterious and lethal essence. The mysterious demise of Alan Turing and the notable assassination of Alexander Litvinenko attest to its enduring use as a means of power, control, and stealth, unaffected by time. Poison's impact goes beyond its fatal outcomes, mirroring societal highs and lows. It illustrates our battle with acceptance and bias, exemplified by Turing's tragic end. It emphasizes the unyielding quest for power shown by the Nazis and exposes life's fragility, reminding us of our own mortality. Exploring historical poisonings not only uncovers mysteries but also offers deep insights into human nature. It reveals the extremes to which individuals go for their goals, the desperation behind their actions, and the significant impact of their choices on the world. These stories highlight the powerful and enduring role of poison, both literal and metaphorical, in history and its ability to change destinies with its deadly allure. Stay curious and stay informed. Join us next time on Medical Toxicology,